Ecom Must Be Videocast へようこそ。メリークリスマス。皆さんクリスマスの準備はできましたか？日本ではクリスマスはもちろん年末のカウントダウンや忘年会などでとても忙しくしています。今年最後のポッドキャストとして年末の話題を皆さんに届けたいと思います。では Let's begin! So today I would like to introduce to you about a very popular event that happens during this season. Does the word 忘年会 ring a bell to anybody? This is actually a very important word that you might want to remember if you're coming to Japan during this time. This is actually a year-end party, 忘年会. So it's very common that if you go to maybe a drinking place, you see big groups and groups of people kind of yelling and screaming and drinking and having an awesome time because whether you're in a group or whether you're in a company, it's very common for you to go together to celebrate the year end. So if you're planning on going out drinking, don't forget to make reservations ahead of time. Or another very common scene is if you're waiting for a train, you might see salarymen sleeping on the platform or along the streets because they had a little bit too much to drink and couldn't make their way home. So if you're passing by someone like that, they're not homeless. They're just a little too drunk and just had maybe a bit too much to drink. But it's a very common sight we see during this season. Another thing you might find very common is a lot of policemen during this season because so many people drinking tend to go behind the wheels. So let's be careful when you come during this season for忘年会, but at the same time, let's enjoy ourselves. It's the season to be jolly. Now it's time for interesting stuff I found in Japan. Now, have you ever taken your brown bag to school with maybe bananas, apples, and peanut butter sandwich, and you wish that you had a more nicer lunch? Well, here in Japan, I found something very unique. It's called character bento, otherwise known as kara-ben, where you take kara and bento, combine it together. You have your short word kara-ben. So, to give you an example, I have here some pictures of kara-ben. Some things you might find familiar. We see maybe Mickey, or for those Japanese lovers, we have Pikachu right here. But these are all edible. You can eat them and they're real. Actually, this has become so popular in Japan, there has been recipe books that you can actually buy. Or even on cooking shows, they show you how to make these type of bentos. So, can you imagine how determined these mothers are, or I can't even imagine what time they have to get up in order to make these for their kids. But I guess it shows motherly love. So if you ever have time, why don't you check out these kara-ben and make some for your kids? Won't they be stoked? 皆さんも12月は忙しい月だと思いますが、1年を振り返ってみてどうでしたか？この1年、良い年だったことを願っています。継続は力なりという日本のことわざがあります。これは続けることは良いことだという意味です。これをぜひ New Year's Resolution に入れてみてはいかがですか？では来年またお会いしましょう。バイバイ。